Welcome to Logan's Laboratory. It's an interview show that I get to do with friends and family. I really enjoy it, and I hope you do as well. This week, I get to talk with my best friend, Benjamin McClain, and it's Benjamin. I learned that out. I honestly thought it was just Ben the entire time I'd known him. I was like, I'm not going to say his middle name, but I know his name. I thought it was Ben blank McClain, and it's actually Benjamin. So Benjamin McClain is who we're going to have on today. Like I said, I've known him for 10 years. Great guy, solid guy. This is the kind of guy that you can trust with anything forever, okay? We actually got to hang out accidentally. Like, he was supposed to go back on the truck and go over the road trucking again, but things happened and he ended up being in town, so we went to the river. So we recorded this on the way out to the river. Super cool, look out for it. I got pulled over again, and Ben's reaction is priceless. It is so good. Other than that, it's just good conversation between friends, and that's it. So I'd like to welcome Benjamin McClain. I'm just gonna let it roll. Make sure this is out of the way. Nothing in the frames. Let's roll. What the fuck? Need to buckle them kids up, man. I feel so passionately about that, though.
Yeah.
Like, buckle your kids up. Buckle your kids up.
I think everybody
like
should fucking buckle up. I've been in too many wrecks where seatbelt has legit saved my life.
Yeah, I've been on wrecks.
I just got a haircut.
Did you? Did you really?
Yeah, I got a haircut and trimmed up my beard.
Well, I noticed the beard. I really did. You look good for the beard.
She took off about 2.5, 3 inches of my hair.
I'll take one of them. Look like 2 or 3 packets of strawberry jelly.
And I'll use her again. She did a really good job.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did it? Who did it?
Amanda's mom.
Oh, interesting.
And when she got done, I asked her how much it would be, and she was like $350. And then like started walking off without it, without taking the payment.
Yeah.
And on the front end, Amanda said she'd going to charge us $20 for a basic haircut and trim. So I gave her a $20 bill.
Which is like a steal, right?
Yeah. Having long hair, you generally have to go to a salon or somebody that does women's hair
To be able to get that.
to be able to get it.
And you're gonna pay salon prices.
And you're going to pay salon prices.
Pretty good.
Wendy's has a pretty good chicken biscuit, but you have to like honey and butter.
I like honey and butter.
They've got the honey butter sauce they put on it,
Yeah.
and they drench it in it.
Is it like what they do at Chick-fil-A for the breakfast minis?
More honey.
Interesting.
It's
Like legit.
It's honey with butter in it, not butter with honey in it.
Interesting.
And it's really good.
Your napkin?
Sure. I got a bunch more over here too.
Cool. Can never have enough.
I have no idea where I put my phone.
we get off.
I'd have to look.
Will you text when you get a chance? 2 people.
Yeah, give me just a second to see where you're turning on this.
And I'm getting you to do a lot. You're not even halfway into your breakfast.
Alright, actually looks like we're taking 64.
Oh, really?
I'm zoomed in.
64 all the way out there?
Yeah, we're doing 64.
Oh man, I got too much hair myself.
Staying 64. Staying 64. Staying 64. And this is just to Savannah.
Okay.
So whatever the post office in Savannah is where it's going to take us. And it runs 64 all the way in to till it turns to Bridge Ave. So you're right, 64.
It's just the quickest way to Saltillo.
Yeah.
But you still get off on Highway 100. Oh, see. We'll do it in a minute. See.
Okay.
Wrong pipe.
Yeah. That's new.
The crystals? Yeah. It is. It's weird to see him build stuff up around here. Especially since Memphis is like a city with the population on the decline.
Yeah. But we're still at like 600,000 people.
Yeah, that's boring. I like that one.
It's like a 6 month or so, I think.
I like that look. And it looks like it has a lot of clearance too. I just think a 4Runner, honestly, would be the perfect vehicle to take overlanding. It's a Toyota. You could convert it to sleep in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would, or if I would just use it like some of these people that overland just use their vehicle literally as point A to point B and haul gear. And when they get there, they've got like a heavy duty canvas tent, or like a fire stove.
Yeah.
And like a...
So honestly, with having a SUV style vehicle, you can get the tent that sets that up on top of your vehicle, and it folds out, and you actually got like a
Have you ever stayed in one of those?
I've not.
Do you like the idea of them?
I mean, I like the idea of the ease of it, because you like open it up and it pops up. I like the ease of it. I like how it's carried. I like the concept.
Okay.
The one thing I am concerned about is wind, because you're legit putting a big ass sail on top of your car.
Oh. I'm concerned about the rocking of the car. Just that, you know, every time I roll over, or finding a flat place to park your car.
This is the office of J. Bradley. We are...
Oop. My bad. Can't have that on YouTube. How do you feel about podcasting? I'm just curious. So, like, I don't ever want to be fake on it at all. I don't want to change my character because I'm being recorded. I feel like you should be the same person all the time, every time. Personally. How do you feel about the whole, I don't know, like, I guess the YouTubing era?
I mean, it makes things a lot easier. Finding information and like how to do shit is easier. Entertainment value's there for most people. I don't really have anything against it except for the people that are just talking all kinds of bullshit, stupid shit.
Okay.
But at the same time, and then like when it comes to a view that I see that I think is dumb, I still want to hear it and see if it's, you know, if it's I just think it's a dumb idea or if it's actually a dumb idea. Yeah.
Okay.
So some of the stupid shit I hear on podcasts and shit makes me, you know, question, like, is that really bullshit or is that just my opinion of their opinion? Or is that a fact you're saying? And that really comes more to the political stuff.
Do you watch any podcasts?
I watch like video clips of podcasts.
Okay. Basically highlight reels?
Yeah, pretty much. And so, you know, Facebook puts you on one side or the other on the political scheme.
So I heard this. Do you believe it?
100%.
Really?
I noticed it the other day.
How so?
Strolling through videos,
Okay.
right? On like just a purely entertainment video. Like, I guess it was like Fail Army or something I was watching.
Okay.
I don't know, but it was something similar to that.
Okay.
So they give you like a bunch of videos to kind of just watch.
Well.
So you don't have to go back into like your actual feed and find another video. They just give you a shit ton of videos.
Okay.
And all the political, and they got political ones in there and blah blah blah, and pretty much all the political stuff that was in there was all right-wing conservative stuff.
Oh,
There
so it has
was
you as a
not-
conservative.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it was all Ben Shapiro, Young Republican, the Hodge twins. There was all these people like that are all very right-wing conservative.
I'll be real. I like listening to Ben Shapiro speak
Yeah.
because he has really, really interesting logic.
Yes.
I like the logic behind his stuff.
And I like how he uses logic for everything.
Yeah. He doesn't draw the line at anything. It's logic based.
And I also like that he says, he's like, so the big thing that he gets a lot of blowback on is his stance on transgender. And he's like, if I'm in a private setting, one-on-one, you know, not a debate kind of thing, then yeah, I'll call them whatever they want to be called.
Yeah.
So I've got respect for people.
Yes.
But if I'm on a debate, you know, in a public debate defending position,
Okay.
I'm not going
I'm not going to relent my position.
in a public debate on a position. It's not my job to protect your feelings. It's my job to lay out the facts and not really give a shit if your feelings get hurt.
And that
it's
is one thing I don't
feelings-
like about him. Is how he's in your face for, I personally think, for not any good reason. Like, yes, lay out the facts, but I think he's a little bit too abrupt with it for no reason. There's no reason.
Yeah. But I also think everybody, nowadays anyway, everybody's offended by so much and everybody's trying to not offend somebody.
I get that. So you've got one side of it that's too offended, and one side that's trying to offend to almost correct the boat. They're trying to right the boat.
Yeah. And
So I think he's too far the other way, honestly.
I can see that. But I like the fact that he's not on the offended side. I get he's too far.
Yeah. You just like that he's not the offended
side. But I like that I'm going to lay out the facts. I'm going to tell them to you how I'm going to tell them to you. And it's not my job to protect your feelings.
Okay.
Which I agree with. It's not my job to protect the public's feelings.
No.
Now, family, friends, whatnot, I'm not going to be an asshole. But if it's like a public debate setting, I don't care about your feelings. It's not my job to protect them. It's your job to deal with the facts, or say that whatever I'm saying is my opinion, and then give me the facts to back up your side.
Yeah.
And it's not your job to protect my feelings.
No. So, on that subject though, I've been working on this joke. Like, there's a thing you say in nursing, like pain never killed anyone, except for chest pain. Right? Okay. So, in my head, I was like, I was trying to come. Oh fuck! I just got a ticket, motherfucker. Oh, might as well pull on over. We're gonna finish this. I don't always get tickets when I got this damn camera on.
Well, it makes for good content.
I don't want this kind of content. One bit, hands up, dude.
Hello, sir.
Afternoon.
Hey. Morning.
Good morning. Oh, yeah, sorry, I work night shift.
Oh, that's okay. Where do you work?
Le Bonheur.
Nurse?
Yeah. Well, I used to be, I'm a medic as well, but
okay.
New nurse.
I clocked you at 70 and it's 55. Just slow down, all right?
I appreciate that.
Sure.
I do apologize.
Sure. You have a good day.
You as well. Thank you.
That's so much bullshit. That is so much bullshit.
Why are we whispering?
That's so much bullshit, Logan. What the fuck?
I don't know what to say. Like, he had me dead to rights. If he had given me a ticket, I would have taken the ticket. I didn't try to get out of it.
I know.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what to say.
So much bullshit, though. You know how different that would have been even if I was driving your car. You know how much different that would have been?
How much?
So different, because if I brought up work and I said I was a trucker, yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that was 15 over. So you know what would have been happening?
What? You would have lost your license, though, right?
You would have been continuing on your trip by yourself. Because with the CDL, 15 over is reckless and dangerous. What the fuck?
I don't know why. Every time I put this fucking camera on, I get pulled over by the cops. I guess I just...
Because you don't pay attention to the speed and the signs of the road.
Oh, God. All right.
God, that makes me so mad.
Can I get another hash brown, please?
Makes me so fucking mad.
There's got to be a bit of... Oh, can I have some strawberry jelly? Thank you. I appreciate you. Alright. The speed limit's
So
55, Ben.
It's actually 65 now.
Up there. This little section's why it's a speed trap. Which, I mean, he had me dead to rights.
Sorry, I work night shifts. Where you work, Bonner? Oh, you nurse? Yep. Alright, have a good one. I work nights. What do you do? I'm a trucker. Oh, here's a ticket and you're going to jail. and losing your license and your job, and then you're gonna pay $500 to the company plus whatever the ticket cost is.
I didn't try.
I know.
I did not try.
That's the thing that makes me mad. Like, if you tried and you succeeded, good job, right? But you didn't try. It was just, oh, you're medical? All right, go ahead, have fun. Did he even say slow it down?
Yeah, I think so. All right, we can check the tape, but I'm pretty sure he said slow it down.
Who do you want me to have texted?
Text Caleb and Steven from EMT school. Let them know we're an hour and a half out, or say an hour 15, I guess now.
Oh, wait, does Q need to be in there?
No. I guess I just hit it while I was getting pulled over. That's pretty good.
Caleb Pillow? BSN?
No, Caleb McClain.
And Steven?
Starts with a W. I don't really want to say his name on the video, just in case it's going to be on here. Did you find it? Steven?
Yeah.
Yes. That one. It's his family that invited us out there. So anyways, alright, so we're talking about pain doesn't kill anyone but chest pain. Feelings.
Yeah.
I was working on like an idea in my head for a joke, like, you know, hey, hurting someone's feelings never killed anyone. And I go, wait, suicide's like a big deal. I was like, I don't think that works the same way as the whole chest pain thing.
No.
It doesn't translate. It does not translate.
All right, so
whatsoever.
what did you want me to text them?
Just let them know we're like an hour out if they need us to pick up anything. So, I was talking to JJ. I was asking him how he liked the podcast.
Yeah.
He was telling me he liked it because he felt like he was the third person in the room.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how to purposefully make that a thing.
So,
like, to talk to, like, include it like a person kind of thing.
So I think you need to ask somebody to watch it that's not me or JJ and see how they feel.
Steven loved it. Like, Caleb Steven.
Because the reason I say that is because, like, I only watched like 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was there, but I also know how the conversation would go without the camera there.
Okay.
And I think JJ does too, even without realizing it.
Okay.
I think because we're so close to it, we
So
feel like it's really there if it's really that or not. So I think you should get somebody that's not really part of our circle to look at it and see if they feel like they're there.
Interesting. Okay.
Do y'all need to pick anything up? We're about an hour and a half out.
Yes, please.
So I think you should, Steven would be a good one.
But do you think he has the same? I don't know.
He might, but I don't think he's as close as me or JJ would be.
At least to me and Adam.
At least to you and Adam.
Okay.
He might be with you, but
So
not.
because I don't think he's ever hung around me and Adam, to be honest.
Yeah.
So he would have no bias almost to that conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good because like I like that. I like the idea that you can be inclusive with someone.
Yeah.
Without them actually being there.
And I think that would go for like asking JJ or Adam if they felt like they were there and you and I are talking.
Yes.
Or you and JJ are talking. Because we hung around each other so much that we know each other enough to know how a conversation's pretty much gonna go.
Yeah.
So, I think getting someone that's not as close to it to put their 2 cents in.
Okay. I appreciate that. Now I'm like afraid to I'm really watching my speed now. You know, I realized on the way back when me and Caleb came back from East Tennessee, I was driving and I was tired, dude. I was dog tired because I didn't sleep well the night before. We whitewater rafted all day, and then we drove back at like 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I'm driving back. I'm dog tired. I don't think I was speeding, but I made a note in my head. I was like, I really don't want to get a ticket. I don't want to go through the hassle. I don't want to go through the hassle of getting pulled over, having to show my license, having to go, okay, officer, you got me. Like, I won't do it again. I just don't want to go through all of that mess. So I purposely made sure I didn't go over 7. It didn't do 7 over.
Yeah.
Didn't go over 7 over. And it wasn't that I didn't want to break the law. It was just I did not want to go through the hassle of getting pulled over.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even want to pay the ticket. It was legitimately, I was just so tired.
You didn't want to deal with it.
I just didn't want to deal with it. And I slowed down just so I didn't have to deal with it.
And that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but it's like, I feel like the speed, like it should be, I don't know. Like we should just abolish speed limits.
I think they should make all speed limits equal. And ungovern the fucking trucks.
You're right.
Because well,
especially on the highways where you have limited entry points. Like, you should be able to do 140 if your car can do 140.
So my thing is, let's take California for example.
Okay.
All the four-wheelers, so in trucking, four-wheelers are just cars and trucks.
So this is a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so in California, they're going 70 miles an hour. And a truck is topped out at 55 on the highway.
Okay.
And
so wait, you can only do 55 in Cali?
Yeah, max. Anywhere I go. Any vehicle that is hauling a trailer. And then any vehicle over a certain weight.
So wait, if this has a trailer on it, does that apply as well?
Yes.
Really?
If you're hauling any trailer.
Okay. Alright.
Or if you're over 3 axles, or if you're over a certain weight, you can only do 55. So you've got trucks that are doing 55 miles an hour, and that's not including an uphill. You got an uphill, they're doing less than that.
Okay. Just because you're losing speed?
Because, you lose speed real quick in a truck. And you got these cars, these four-wheelers, hauling ass past you at 70 miles an hour. They look down at their phone, play with their phone, get to talking with somebody, get slightly distracted, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You got somebody doing 70 miles an hour up your ass in a truck. And
so
it was a big enough problem that if you've seen the draft brakes that are on the back of like trailer doors, they're it's a draft brake.
Oh, okay, that's what you call those things?
It breaks the draft.
Okay.
And people running up into the back end of trailers was such a problem, they made these draft brakes. And because they were saying that truckers driving was the draft coming off of a truck was pulling cars up underneath them. And what it is you've got cars that are doing 15 to 25 miles an hour faster than the truck is going. That's causing people running up underneath the truck.
So those weren't actually made for like miles per gallon or anything?
No, it was made in California, and it was to keep cars from getting sucked up underneath trucks.
Which was never actually the problem.
The problem is you've got trucks doing 55 and everybody else doing at minimum 7. And that's not counting the speeders.
I did not realize that. So, have you seen a lot of lane splitting out there in Cali?
Lane splitting? What do you mean?
Like, the motorcycles are allowed the lane split, which I guess, you get off the highways though, right? So, like, out there, it's legal if we're at a stop, for a motorcycle to go in between us.
Yeah.
Like all the cars are here at a stop. The motorcycle is legally allowed to split that lane until we start moving in traffic again.
Okay.
And then they're just like another car. I'm pretty sure that's where the line is drawn. I don't know.
I think that's dumb either way. I think doing that on motorcycles is incredibly stupid.
cars are stopped and it's legal? Or are you just saying from a personal standpoint?
From a personal standpoint, because I've seen in traffic, sitting in traffic, I've seen so many people that are in cars that get just barely enough room, no blink or nothing, just jump over, and they're not looking.
Yeah.
They see they've got space for the car, and they're over.
But in this scenario, all the cars are at a full stop.
So traffic lights.
Yeah.
The only time.
Yeah, basically. It's basically a reason to drive a motorcycle in a city. It's an incentive to drive a motorcycle.
Personally, I still would lane split.
I think I'm describing that correctly.
Yeah, I get avoiding traffic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that personally, even if it was legal. Because I see too many cars just jump over. And if you're coming through traffic, they're not looking for you because they think everybody stopped.
Yeah. All it would take is for like a free space to be open over here and me go, wow.
Yeah. And either straight up hit you, or you run into the ass end, or just barely clip the tire. If they barely clip a tire on a motorcycle, you're gonna lose control.
Yeah.
And then you're hitting somebody else, or you're gonna ping pong ball, or what's that game? Pinball. You're gonna pinball off the cars.
Damn! Look at all the cops that are out, man.
Yeah, it's
Thursday.
It's Blitz Week.
What's Blitz Week?
So especially if it's Highway Patrol, but Highway Patrol is doing a Blitz Week on truckers, but they're also out looking for just safety violations in general. And the cops are helping with it too. And it's nationwide.
So it's a nationwide Blitz Week.
Yeah.
So I've never heard it called Blitz Week. Are we talking about like an oversaturation of cops?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oversaturation, and they're not just gonna. Pretty much, if you see a cop, they're not just sitting there. They're actually pulling people over.
Okay. So this week they're pushing to
safety.
Address safety. Wow.
Speed, phone, and one other one. And then for trucks, they're also doing DOT level 3 inspections. Which is going through bumper to bumper, side to side, under the hood, under the truck, checking everything.
That's gross.
And then in August, I think August 12th, whatever the week of August 12 is, they're doing a brake system Blitz Week.
How do you know about this?
Trucking web pages I'm on, and my company told us.
Oh.
They were like, hey, make sure you do really good DOT, or do pre-trips and post-trips, because everybody's going to be out cracking down this week.
Interesting. That's nice that they tell you that stuff.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a UT Martin out here?
No. There's also Southwest.
Yeah.
But it's, so like the main penalties come back on the drivers. But if a company has a lot of drivers that are having violations, it comes back on the company, because it's like, all right, company, you've got so many people doing this. Why are you are y'all being lax on the rules, or do you just have shit drivers?
Yeah. Either way, there's still going to be a penalty for you.
Yeah.
Something's got to change. Somerville would be a nice little town to settle down in if there was like more of an industry, or if I worked from home.
Okay.
Like if I wanted a small southern town experience in this area, I think Somerville would be my premium spot. You've got a EMS station right in town.
Okay.
So you can get like one of these little houses for like 120 grand, 150 grand, whatever. Nice little yard. You got a Kroger, you got a little gas station, a few little small restaurants, and a lot of family-owned businesses. I think this would be like a good small town experience. However, to be honest with you, I'm really looking at East Tennessee right now.
Yeah.
Dude, just because like you got the Ocoee, you got the Appalachian Trail, you've got all these other little rivers that are over
and
there.
You've got rock climbing and caving.
Yes, like East Tennessee has a lot of stuff. So like
East Tennessee is a outdoorsman's paradise.
I don't know why I never realized it.
But they don't have a lot of. If you're not into outdoors, being an outdoorsman, something, either hiking, swimming, kayaking, whatever it may be. If you're not into that, East Tennessee is a terrible place to live. They don't have anything out there.
Yeah.
When it comes to like the business side of things, there's not a lot of options. But if you can be entertained by going on a hike or going kayaking or canoeing or fishing, whatever it may be, again, you're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Scott just bought a place out there.
Did he really?
Yeah.
You still have the houseboat?
Yeah. And his house in Carnival.
Man, that is a lot of liability just sitting there.
Yep.
That's a lot of liability. Just sitting there. Just sitting there.
Yeah.
A houseboat, a house, and you said another house now?
At least, I don't know if he's got a house on it, but he just bought the property. He's at least got some land out there. And I don't know if there's anything out on the land, but there will be if there's not, eventually.
I don't really understand people that just consume. I'm not about that life.
Neither am
But like, I don't get it why someone, like, let's take this example. Let's take this person for example, okay? You got a house, a houseboat, and now some more land, okay?
Yeah.
3 different things. Okay, cool. To me, it sounds like you can't make a decision on what you really want. For like me, I don't want to have too much of my net worth in one thing.
Yeah.
Right? However, if I'm going to double down, if I want something, I'm going to go hard into it. Like I spent $300 or $250 on my backpack.
Yeah.
It's a bag. It's a backpack. Should you ever spend that much money in a bag? No.
Probably not.
No. You should. You really should. But that's what I'm into, so I double down on it. Either I want to be super cheap or do nothing. Or super cheap or exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't understand the people that get this and then get something semi sort of like it and then get another something semi sort of like it. Like,
I mean, at the same time though, I could, see myself having a place and then also having land.
what would you do with said land?
Hunt.
So you would own the land, you would pay the land, or
Pay for land.
pay for the land, and then just hunt on it. Would you do anything else with the land?
Probably. I mean, that's, a lot of just, I guess, capital, maybe.
A lot of liability.
A lot of liability. Sitting there for nothing,
Yeah.
to not do anything with. But I could see and would like a place of my own to hunt.
Yeah.
Because there's no guarantee to be able to go to farmers in the area and then get a place to hunt.
I agree.
And some of them like the animals on the or they like the deer on the land.
I agree.
So if I had my own place, I could do whatever. I could hunt whatever I wanted, when I wanted, within legal seasons. I mean, put a little cabin or trailer on it so I could have a place to sleep.
Yeah, like make it a deer camp, basically.
Yeah, they should make it a deer camp.
So I'm down for that idea. However, I would like to do it as like, let's say, okay, we want land to hunt on.
A group decision, thing.
Maybe not even a group thing. Let's just business thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I want land to hunt on. Well, okay, it's gonna cost like, how much land do I want? Well, I really don't need that much land to hunt on, but how can I make this a profitable decision instead of being a liability?
Okay.
I would like to buy like 100 acres and then, or figure out how to lease it to a farmer.
Okay.
Buy the 100 acres, lease it to a farmer for the farm rights, and then I keep the hunting rights.
Okay.
So they farm it and do whatever they want to, and I make money off of it. They pay my mortgage, I make money off of it. Doesn't even have to be much. It can honestly just be just barely breaking even.
Yeah, at least break even.
At least break even.
Okay.
And then I just hunt on it. Like that to me is like the smart decisions. I don't like it. I just don't like seeing.
What if you were to have pristine, the best hunting land ever?
Okay.
You luck out, you bought 100 acres, and you got the best hunting land ever.
Okay.
Would you lease it out for hunting?
No, because I want to hunt on it.
Yeah, you hunt on it, But you also let's say, other people you don't necessarily know
No.
pay you large amounts of money to come hunt on pristine hunting land.
Not if it's my hunting. Not if I'm hunting there.
Okay.
So like, I'll let you farm
Yeah.
because I feel you're creating business, you're creating jobs. I'm all about that.
Okay.
But if we're hunting, if I'm hunting there and I bought it so I can hunt there, I want to hunt there.
Would you?
I don't want to share it.
Let's say you were to let you did lease it out for farming. Then would you let the farmer hunt there?
Maybe.
I mean, I would.
If we're going into business together, I
would also. I might put some stipulations on it, like, don't just kill it. If you kill it, you got to keep it.
Yeah.
Or give it to somebody to eat.
Okay.
And then
Shoot to eat.
yeah, shoot to eat. And then I would also say something along the lines of like, if you're really wanting to, like, let's say trophy hunt, put that stipulation on them to where they can't take that big buck.
Okay.
Like you can take anything that's
You can kill all the does you want.
all the does in a 6 point or less buck, and then anything bigger than that, you gotta let it be.
Okay.
And that way you can either keep those genes in that area, or you can take that big ass buck.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd be down for that. Like, I'd be down for doing that kind of setup somewhere. I just don't like the liability of buying all these things and then trying to do even more. I just feel like it bogs you down.
Yeah.
And like when I get bogged down financially, I get bogged down mentally, I get bogged down emotionally.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm stuck, it really does make me feel.
Get you out your groove.
Yeah. Oh, it just doesn't make me feel good when I'm down like that.
It's understandable. I mean, I really just want, a little bit of land and place to eventually put on it or call home when I get done with being on the road. Huh?
Trucking.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, if my property that I would eventually, put a house on, I want some land on that, but that's probably not going to be enough land to also hunt off of. And so I'll have to find somewhere to hunt too.
Yeah, when you say you want a little bit of land, you want like Memphis land? Look, more freaking cops. I think they're at home.
Yeah.
Do you want like Memphis land, or do you want out in the county? Do you want it to be over in Hardy, Arkansas? I mean,
So right now,
in your head, what's your idea right now? Ideal.
somewhere in Florida.
Okay.
But again, haven't lived there, so I don't know if that's going to be the end-all, be-all kind of place to live.
Okay.
So, well, go live down there and probably live at, whatever I can find that I can afford. And then if I like it and I do decide to stay, I want to be like 30, 45 minutes outside of the city.
Okay.
And be able to shoot off of my front porch if I wanted to.
So you want country land
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah.
How much land?
At least 5 acres.
It's a lot of land. It's a lot of land to take care of yourself.
I mean, I don't necessarily want 5 acres of land that has to be maintained.
Okay.
So, like, if I got some, like, wooded area, or if I ended up with some, like, Everglade type land,
Yeah.
that you legit don't have to maintain. I'd only want to really maintain, like, maybe an acre and a half.
Maybe.
And that's including the house and, the room for the
Okay.
house and the
Okay.
shop, and
Yeah.
then the little grassy area that I actually have to maintain. So I'm looking at, like, only maintaining like 3/4 of an acre after you take away shop room, driveway room, or gravel road, whatever. But I would like 5 acres of land to do whatever I want with.
Okay.
Now I don't want to maintain that much land.
That's your ideal right now.
Yeah. So like remember Phil?
The one that passed away when we went on the road trip? Yeah, I remember
So,
him.
he used to have land out in Heber Springs. And he had a couple acres. I don't remember exactly how much land he had, but his house was up at the front of the property. Then he had a little grassy area all the way around the house.
Okay.
And then the majority of his property was woods down to the lake. And the only part of that wooded part that he maintained was the trail. He made a trail, and that was the only part he maintained. And then the rest of it was legit just, he had woods in his backyard.
That's real nice. How long was the trail? How much land did he have?
I don't remember how much land he had, but the trail was like 100 yards.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got a new deer processor. Oh, well, this is out in Whiteville. It may not be new.
And then he probably had, I don't know, lengthwise 300 yards, 400 yards of land. And that was from like the road all the way down to the lake.
Wow.
So a couple football fields.
Yeah.
Like 2 football fields.
That's nice.
And then he probably had like a half a football field, maybe a football field wide, or like widthwise of a football field. So I think that's like what, 20, 30 yards wide?
You're talking to the wrong person on that.
I don't remember. But anyway, it was like the width of a football field was how wide his property was.
That's pretty cool, though.
Maybe a little bigger. It's been...
But he moved back to Memphis after he got sick of being over there, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, he moved back to be closer to family. Be closer to family and friends.
Yeah.
And he got tired of dealing with because he ended up getting another property right next door and was maintaining 2 houses and 2 properties.
Oh. Sounds pretty awful.
So he got tired of dealing with all of that and got rid of them both.
Why did he buy 2 properties? Or why did he buy the second property?
So I don't know if I remember this correctly, but if I do, he got it super cheap because his neighbors were an elderly couple and they wanted him to own the house. So he got it ridiculously cheap. And it doubled the size of his property.
Wow. With a second house.
With a second full-size house. A nice house, too. Because it was up in Greers Ferry.
Yeah. Does your aunt still live out there?
No, she never lived over there.
Not Greers Ferry, but...
Oh, over in Arkansas?
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I know, she is. The river's up.
All the rivers are up.
They were talking about, like, the river was up and the lake was up. And they told everybody, hey, we're going to try not to flood y'all out again. But if y'all get here on the side, we're going to have to flood you out. But it will give you, like, if we run the siren, you've got like 3 hours before we just open up the dam completely.
So she would lose her dock, not her house, though, right?
No, so the last time they flooded him out, she had like 4 foot of water in her house.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Her house is really high up on the hill, though.
So, yeah, but it's not that much higher over like the riverbed that's right up at the dam. She's like even with that.
I just had in my head that she was just way on up there.
Yeah, I always thought she was a lot higher. I was like, how did she flood? She's so much higher above the river. But the bank of the river is actually like where her deck is.
Interesting.
But how they run the river, it never gets that high unless shit goes wrong.
Hey, do you mind holding the wheel for a moment? I want to make sure this thing's still set right. I would hate to go through all this and then not have shit on right. That looks good to me, dude. I'll tell you what, that was probably one of the best purchases I've made recently.
With the GoPro?
Yeah. I mean, it still doesn't really have you in there. There we go. Got it.
I'm trying to think, the best purchase I've made recently is probably being my freedom from debt.
Which, congratulations, by the way.
Not yet. It'll be Wednesday of next week.
Wednesday of
or
next
Tuesday
week.
of next week.
Do you want to announce it?
Tuesday of next week, I'll be debt free.
How long have you been working on this? First of all, talk about how you got into debt.
So, after I got out of the tree work, I decided I was going to go attempt a big kayaking trip. And then when I decided that, I knew I was going to go into the red because the way I was going to be able to take that trip was to work somewhere that wasn't going to make a lot of money, but was going to give me the time off to go. So ended up going into debt for dental work and then just having a lot of fun last year.
Look at the camera, dude. You're doing this right here. You're looking up your nose.
I'm lame. God, make me sit up.
Because I want you to remember this.
I mean, I am gonna remember. It's like a little over $7,000 worth of debt paid off in 5.5 months.
I know, it was impressive.
But I mean, I went in debt because I decided I want to have a lot of fun and not make a lot of money. So I went into like $5,000, like $5,400 worth of debt for having fun, and then $2,000, a little over $2,000 in debt for dental work. And I've been trucking and keeping my costs low because I got rid of pretty much everything I owned. And then I just pretty much put all my money into paying debt off every week.
I'm proud of you, dude.
And I'll be debt free Tuesday of next week. And the only reason it's going to take that long is because I have to wait for my paycheck to hit the bank account.
Legit, for real.
It's the only reason.
I think it's impressive, though, and I've talked about this before. I think it's impressive for other people as well, because you had $7,000 of debt, and in less than 6 months?
Less than 6 months.
Less than 6 months, you paid it off by cutting your costs, putting all of your extra money into the debt, and just making that your number one goal.
Yep.
Has it been fun? I mean, probably
really.
not. Yeah, probably not. But do you feel like you've accomplished something, number one?
Hell yeah. I mean, if you don't feel like if you pay off a little over $7,000 worth of debt in 5.5 months and don't feel like you've accomplished something, I don't know what's going to make you feel like you've accomplished something.
Okay. Do you feel like you can breathe easier, or I don't know? Like I said, when I'm bogged down with debt, I just feel constrained. I don't know.
Yes and no, because I mean, if I loosen up, then I'll start spending the money that I now have available. And I don't want to start spending it. I want to start saving it so I can spend it on other things, like travel, or wanted a motorcycle for several years. So now I'm gonna, once I hit a certain marker on savings, then I'll buy a bike.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna find a bike that's, let's say $2,500. All right, I've got $2,500. Let's go spend it. Now I have no money. I'm gonna wait till I've got, money saved up. That way I've got a safety net again. Because it's been almost 3 years since I've had a real safety net.
Yeah.
Ever since I had to buy 3 vehicles in a year.
Well, do you mind talking about what you consider a safety net? Because also for me, I want at least 6 months of pure expenses for me to have like my safety net.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, and then I round up, right? So like, I want to have like 10 grand in cash, cold hard,
Yeah.
ready to go at any time. Now, for me, this past year, I did kind of dip into that because before this, I wanted 5 grand. So like, I was in nursing school, I wanted 5 grand in cash, and then the above that was like my nursing school reserves, right?
Yeah.
Or travel reserves. So I got up to the 10 grand, and I was like, all right, now I'm good to go. So then I went and backpacked and traveled and everything, and then I had to buy a plane ticket back from Europe once the COVID hit.
Yeah.
And you know, just all these other expenses that just popped up. And I got down to like 3 grand in savings, and I was like, ooh, Logan, I've got an apartment, I've got, you know, I don't have a car note or anything, but I've got the apartment, I've got the rent, utilities. So it's like, now my line is 10 grand.
Yeah.
That's like my bare bones, like sum zero.
Yeah.
And now I go, now anything above that's my play money.
Yeah. Well, for me, 6 months of cost right now is like 6 months of it is like, I don't know, like 3 grand maybe.
Because you live so cheap.
Because I'm living so cheap right now. I'm living in a truck.
All right, so
I don't have utilities. I don't have rent, and my insurance is going down for my truck and renter's insurance, and then I got a phone bill.
All right, so what's your sum zero?
Start with, I'm going to say like 5 grand.
Okay.
But I've got a goal that I want to hit for, I guess it would be 2022, if I'm doing the math right.
I mean,
That's when I'm wanting to go.
Now.
And that's when I'm wanting to go do, to, take a year off, work this year, work next year. That's a total 2 years work, and then take a year off. So that'd be in 2022.
Yeah.
So I've got a pretty high goal for that. And the reason it's high is because my pay is only going to go up.
Yeah.
And then with me having a new co-driver, I'm going to try to convince him to either get a doubles endorsement so we get a 10-cent raise, or we just got an email and text from our company wanting drivers from Pegasus doing pharmaceutical runs, and they're paying 57 cents a mile. But you have to have 6 months experience driving before you can qualify for that run.
For a what makes a pharmaceutical run special?
You're hauling pharmaceutical, like drugs and medicine.
Well, what makes it different?
It's high value.
Okay, so just high value.
It's a high value, high risk.
For getting looted or robbed or whatever?
For highway pirates, basically.
Okay.
And it's a dedicated route, and you've got to be on, you can't be late when you're hauling medicine.
Okay.
Because...
Oh, and it's a dedicated route.
Yeah, more than likely. Most of the pharmaceutical routes are dedicated. But, it's like, it's 57 cents a mile.
It's a lot of money.
That's... let's see, I'm at... That's 27 cents a mile more than I'm at right now.
That's money.
Yeah.
That's big money.
And that's doubling what I could get for if I went and just got my doubles endorsement.
Yeah.
But, ideally, I don't know if it works like this because I hadn't actually looked into what all Pegasus does. But, get a doubles endorsement and do a pharmaceutical run, hauling doubles, then you're looking at 57 cents a mile for the pharmaceutical run, and if you're hauling doubles, you're 10 cents a mile more there. So it could be looking at like 67 cents a mile if they offer that.
Yeah. Which is roughly like how much a week if you're running reasonable. Not really good, not really slow.
If you're running average?
Just average, yeah.
Let me do the math.
So like my pay's constant, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
unless I pick up overtime. But lately, dude, there has not been much overtime at all. I got my very first overtime shift 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And just got the check for it. And let's say I ended it up with like 10 extra hours of overtime,
okay.
maybe 12. I ended up getting an extra like $300, $400. It was nice.
Yeah. So at an average week of 5,200 miles a week for a team truck, that's 2,600 miles you get paid for. At 57 cents a mile, and this is pre-tax, is $1,482.
Wow. Wow.
And that's also not including a per diem.
Pre-tax. One week.
This is all pre-tax.
1 week.
1 week.
1 week. That's roughly average. Yeah. So you've been doing it what, like 6 months now?
No, like right at 5.5.
Oh yeah, because
about to be 6.
Yeah. So is the average miles that they put out there that this is what you'll be doing on average? Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of. So what they do is they tell you what an average truck team will do, and that's 5,000 miles is an average truck. That's not really anything special. You're doing your job.
Okay.
I've been running 5,200 miles average a week with the guy I was with. So we were 200 miles over that average point.
Okay.
And then if you were to break that down for a solo, it'd be 2,600 miles a week if we were running solo average. And an average solo driver is going to hit 2,500 miles a week. But solo, you can run a lot. You end up doing more miles solo just because you can run your clock down and sit for 34. And that's really the best way to do it if you're solo, is run 5 days and run 6 days and run 11 hours a day for 6 days.
11 hours a day for 6 days, and then take your 34.
And then take a 34. And that gives you, so that basically gives you a day and a half off every week. And a lot of solo drivers do that. They'll run hard and long for 6 days, 7 days.
Take a day off.
And then take a day and a half off.
A mandatory day and a half off.
Yeah.
A day and a half's a lot of time off.
Yeah.
In one aspect.
Yeah. And that's how that's how my lead driver did it. He said that's the best way to do it if you're solo. That way you get a guaranteed day, basically a guaranteed day and a half off every week, no matter where you're at. And it's just a way to catch up on sleep and a shower and laundry. It gives you the time to take care of all those other things that you don't do when you're running long and hard hours. Because if we've, with a team truck, if we get a load going from 2,000 miles, we're gonna run nonstop until we get
2,000 miles.
For those 2,000 miles. That's 48 hours we're gonna run, and we're not really gonna stop for anything. You see that car, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So we're gonna stop for fuel and our DOT 30, and neither of those are long enough for us to like shower, laundry, or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna run 48 hours, a little more depending on if we have breakdown, whatnot. But 48 hours, no laundry, no shower, just enough time to stop to refuel, and then the DOT 30 that we have to take. And that's if we've got, let's say they've given us 50 hours to drive 2,000 miles. That those 2 hours are going to be ate up in stopping and whatnot. And that's our backup hours, pretty much, to get it there on time. But if they give us, let's say 4 days to get it there, then yeah, we can stop and shower if we want to or need to. But it's not, rarely do you get that kind of time to haul something cross country.
Yeah.
And then even if you do, you generally end up with them sending you another load for pickup before the mandatory drop time for the loads you've got. So when they do that, that means you got to get that one there, drop it off, then go pick up the next load at that pickup time. Because pretty much everything we do is drop and hook. So it's
You just go.
we just go, we drop it, and we can drop it, and we don't have to wait to be unloaded. Most of the time, sometimes we get live loads and unloads, but
Yeah,
it's kind
very
of
few and far between. When are you gonna be ready to settle down in Tennessee?
in Tennessee.
Or just not in Tennessee, just settle down. Period. Not do this over the road stuff.
I'm gonna do over the road at least until 2022.
Just stay where you are and then go travel.
Then go travel, and then after that, I'll look at. That's when I'm gonna make that decision.
Okay.
I don't need to think about, because I know I'm stuck doing this at least until February 19, 20, and 21, because I'm under contract.
Which is not that far away.
No, it's not.
It is not that far away.
And then I've got to do at least one more year over the road to get my 2 years experience over the road to really open up the job opportunities.
February 2022
Yeah.
is when you'll be basically free and clear man.
Yeah, where I can legit go pretty much anywhere and work, because I'll have the 2 years minimum experience to go to these local companies.
Yeah.
Know whether or not I go local? I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling when I get back from traveling.
Yeah.
Because at that point, if I decide to go over the road, stay over the road, I'll work for a company again for probably a year, 2 years, and then I'll be looking to get my own truck if I'm staying over the road.
Yeah.
But if I don't stay over the road, there's no real point in me buying a truck, at least not that I see so far. Because I don't know how being an owner-operator and doing local would work.
Yeah. You'd have to have a really nice setup.
And I mean, I've also gotten a job offer here in town too, after I get my over-the-road experience.
Ooh, that's a big old house coming down the road. They've got to have a factory out here somewhere, because I can't tell you how many times I've gotten stuck behind some people hauling either, single wides or half double wides or all kinds of shit down this highway. There's got to be some sort of plan out here.
Yeah, this would be a shitty road to have to haul oversized shit with.
Yeah, right? 2-lane highway, 65 miles an hour.
Well, 65 isn't bad. It's the 2-lane and it's up and down. You can't see. You don't have 15-second visibility.
Is it like y'all standard that you want?
Yeah. So for good weather, you want to keep your minimum is 8-second follow time. It's good safe practice, and you want to be looking 14 to 15 seconds ahead from the nose of your truck. That way you have time to react, and for the truck to react to your reactions.
Right.
Because we've got brake lag, and we've got it takes so much time to stop a 80,000 pound bullet moving at 65 miles an hour. It's going to take a considerable amount of time to stop safely. That's the key.
Getting out of tickets is a good way to sell going into EMS or nursing.
Yeah. Got an uncle that at the time, one of the main reasons he wanted to be a cop is because he had so many speeding tickets. So he figured,
when I go
can't beat him.
Join him. That's really good. I got in trouble. Well, not necessarily necessarily me specifically, but the group got in trouble in the ED for like laughing around like serious injuries and stuff. Not like in the room or at the person, but like let's say there's a really bad car wreck or someone died or something, or a seizure or something really bad that was like taking a moment to get under control was happening in like the trauma rooms, and then we're down the hall laughing at a joke or something, and they can hear us laughing down there, and I've gotten in trouble about that kind of shit.
I got in trouble for stuff like that when I worked at the vet clinic.
Right?
When people would bring the dog in to get euthanized.
Oh, you
We're
mean
back in the back laughing.
And they're like having a solemn moment?
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, that's
Euthanized. I'm trying to see. You get off up here. So we are taking Highway 100 all the way out, right?
we can.
No, that's what we are doing. We're on Highway 100. Just like Saltillo. The question is...
You could have also run 64 all the way out.
Not really.
Well, I mean, into Savannah anyway. I should rephrase it like that because I don't know what side of Savannah we're on.
Alright, so the only difference between going to this and Saltillo is this we're going to take, so we get off on 22.
Okay.
Saltillo, we do 22A to something else.
Okay.
So it's just like, we're just taking the fork and going one or this way.
Yeah. We've only been to Saltillo once.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Dude. I hate that the freaking RV park over there got washed away. That's upsetting.
Yeah. We only went once. And it's not for a lack of trying.
Yeah, I know.
We just could never get our schedules to line up.
So, would you ever be up for like, so now that you've spent some time on the road, how do you feel about these big RVs getting pulled by pickups? Like,
oh, I hate them.
Why? Why do you hate them? I've pulled the RV only a handful of times, like 4 times maybe.
So,
and I don't like pulling them in these little trucks.
Most of the people that are hauling them are trying to drive like they aren't hauling anything.
Okay.
They're trying to accelerate too fast. They're trying to jump into traffic, and it's like they know they've got it back there, but I guess like they haven't driven hauling anything before, so they don't give the room that you should when you're pulling over in front of somebody. You should give more room than with just a car.
Okay.
And I also see them not giving themselves enough room. It's like, if you had hit the brakes, you wouldn't stop before hitting that car in front of you.
Yeah.
They don't give themselves enough room for anything. And those don't bother me as much as the like bus RVs.
Oh, really? You just like those more?
Yes.
Why? I thought those would be better. I feel like there'd be more power. They're usually diesel. The motor is made for the motorhome.
Yeah. So my issue with them is, so the hauling the trailer, the hookup trailer to where you have to hook it to a truck. Those, they have, so a lot of them don't give themselves room, but on the other hand, a lot of those people also drive trailers a lot.
Okay.
So it's like 50-50. Half of them do really good because they've hauled trailers before, and they know what they're doing.
Else I wouldn't have a 250 diesel.
Yeah. But the ones that drive the bus RV things, anybody can drive them. You can legit put a 15-year-old with a learner's permit in it, and they can drive.
You don't have to have any like.
You don't have to have any endorsement. Anybody with you can put a 15-year-old with a learner's permit in the driver's seat and have them drive, as long as you got a 21 or whatever the law is for. I think it's like 21.
Yeah, 21.
Older,
yeah.
License drive. And that just scares the crap out of me.
I always thought you had to have a special endorsement.
Nope.
Because you have to have an, I mean, you have to have an endorsement to drive an ambulance, but
The air brake endorsement.
no, not even that.
Oh. What endorsement do y'all have? Do you have? Or
It's the F endorsement.
the F endorsement?
Yep. It's for hire. It has nothing to do with air brakes, nothing to do with
I'm surprised y'all don't have to have a C license. Because a C license is for, say, like with CDLs, you got an ABC, and the A is you can drive almost anything. The only thing you can't drive,
right there.
Class DM endorsement F. Huh. Interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So
Because,
like I had no hazardous training. I had no I can't remember the class. I took it, but not because I had to for my license. It was like,
Was it just a knowledge test that you had to
Yeah.
take for?
yes, for the state, yes.
Well, for
H.
the F endorsement.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like some sort of hazardous vehicle operating class, HVAC, maybe? I don't know. But it like taught you how to like drive and using lights and sirens and stuff.
Huh.
It's amazing how much of that job was on the job training.
I mean, I also think on-the-job training is some of the best training you can get.
I don't. I do not. There's too many word-of-mouth policies.
Okay.
You think you know it, but you've gotten it messed up in your head and you just keep passing on the wrong shit.
Okay, I get that. But I think the hands-on aspect of it is the best type of training. It may not be the most accurate, but like it sticks with people better.
You're right. I agree with that.
But
There's been people that I know that are like great nurses and say shit that's wrong, and I've gone and looked it up. And I've gotten to the point where I address it in the room,
yeah,
and I've gotten my teeth kicked in by them because like I'm like stepping on their toes trying to show them up or whatever.
yeah,
They're wrong, and they think I'm wrong,
yeah.
and then I'm just overstepping my bounds, overconfident. Then I go look it up later, and it's like, no, fuck, you were wrong. Like, why are you? You just forgot. They're good nurses. They're good people. They just get it mixed up in their head.
Yeah.
We all do it. You just have to reiterate. What were you saying?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Something about licenses.
Oh well. Would you ever want a Travel Channel show? I'm thinking about trying to get a Travel Channel show. Or a traveling show, let me put it that way.
I mean, I think it'd be fun, but at the same time, if you're trying to like actually make it a legit show, then you have to work to make content.
I know.
And when I'm traveling, I don't want to be traveling and working per se. Like, I don't want that being the main thing I'm thinking about.
You're right. What you're saying is you would prefer to document as you go,
Yeah.
not make the documentation the point.
Yes.
Okay. Because I did notice that, like, so like I got some YouTube videos where it was like I set out to go do a certain thing, and it looked so cringy. Did you see my Jackson Falls video?
Not yet.
Let me show you this.
So my thing with it is,
Logan. Oh my god, what's the speed limit? The speed limit's 50. I'm doing the fucking speed limit.
might just be turning around. He didn't speed up and catch up.
But anyways,
Huh?
what But anyways,
it's like I don't want to have to. It'd be cool with videoing me doing something, but I don't want to have to like the responsibility of creating content for a bunch of people.
yeah.
And there's something I saw about living in a van, traveling and living in a van. You got all these people that are making videos of it, and it starts out cool and easy and blah blah blah, but then after a month, 2 months, now you're having to try to figure out how to create content for all these people that started watching your show.
I see what you're saying.
And now it's a job that you're doing, and
now
not
it's no longer fun.
exactly. And like I said, when I actually travel, I want to just have fun and do what I want to do, and not have to worry about trying to make something for other people.
Would you ever record it like this?
Like what we're doing right now?
Well, I mean, so not like this, where we're just sitting down talking, but like I did for the Jackson Falls, or for the Whitewater, or for, I don't know, Scooter's birthday.
Okay.
Where you have it out, and you do record, but it's not like
the main goal.
The main goal. Now, I will say, I did, like the Jackson Falls is one of the most recent ones I did. That one, I did set out to make a video about Jackson Falls, and it added probably 45 minutes to an hour of us being there, because I set up a shot, or I set the camera down and then walk toward the camera.
So you had to do stuff 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I did extra to record. Did it affect Caleb's trip? Not really. He just kind of, like while I was doing that, he was at the restroom or something,
Right.
Or he sat in the car for 5 minutes while I did the intro at the sign. Like, it didn't really add much to him, but it did to my side. And it's almost like a Travel Channel audition tape, almost.
Yeah. Honestly, I think if you're really going to try getting into doing something like that, you're going to need someone else to help.
I agree.
It may
I need a
be setting up.
cameraman. I need a cameraman.
You need a cameraman, but maybe not even necessarily somebody that's going to set up those shots, but someone to go retrieve the stuff so you can work on your next shot.
Right. I have an idea about like making a 12 episode series, taking a summer and making a 12 episode series of a travel show.
Okay.
And like legit sit down and like write out, what do I want episode 1 to be about? What shots do I want episode 1?
Yeah.
How am I going to get those shots? Where are we going to be? Like legitimately set it out and do like a 12 episode series, and then go, or maybe even 10 episode series. Why 12? I don't know.
Yeah.
But do a short little season. Make my own travel show. Go hire some like college kid or teenager to travel with me. Pay them like $200-300 a week and cover all their expenses. And go make a travel show. Like, I have that idea. Am I going to do it? Probably not, because it's not really high on my want list.
Priority right now.
Yeah, because that is setting out to make content.
Yeah.
I'm not setting out to do that. I don't want to do that. I mean, I don't want to do that right now. I feel like if I do like a legitimate travel show with a company or corporation, there will be a lot more people involved, and they'll come up with the bits and come up with the stuff, and I will have some input.
Yeah.
But I don't have to do nearly as much as the legwork.
Yeah.
It's not all on me. I don't have to produce. I don't have to edit. I don't have to do all those things. I just be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm the host. That's what I want. I want to be the host. I don't want to do the editing. I don't want to do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to be a part of it. I want to have some creative input. I do want to have some of that. I don't want to do all the legwork.
Yeah.
That to me would be the life. At least I want to try it out once,
Yeah.
See if I actually enjoy it. Because right now I enjoyed the hell out of it with Caleb.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you get into that.
I think just like this, honestly.
Well, I'm talking about just being
The host?
Yeah.
I think eventually I'll have to take the leap of faith and like go get a meeting or do something.
Yeah.
Eventually. But right now I'm just
And
hanging
shit,
out.
Go for it. Ask. Worst thing you can say is no.
Exactly. So I already travel now. Now I'm just recording it.
Yeah.
And I like podcasts. I like this as a. I like this as like a part of my YouTube.
Okay.
Like this is Logan's Laboratory, episode 3. You know what you're getting. It is Logan's Laboratory. It's not a travel thing. It's going to be 2 people talking and hanging out.
Yeah.
That's all you're going to get right here.
That's fair.
We ain't got. There's not going to be hardly any editing. I mean, except just like putting the shit together.
Yeah.
Oh, turn. Ah!
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So not much editing. Just 2 people hanging out talking. So we'll be on this for 12 miles. I do want to see. Do you want to watch the Jackson Falls?
Sure.
Since we're going to be on this for 12 miles. Ooh, that's a turn right there, boy.
Yeah. I have a feeling this road's gonna be like that a lot.
Now I will say it's kind of cringy at some parts.
Yeah. I mean, you're also still pretty new at this whole thing.
Yeah, that's also a really good point. All right. Today we've come to Natchez Trace National Park to see Jackson Falls. It's one of the top attractions here, so today we're gonna go check it out. Alright, what'd you think about the intro?
I think hey, where we at? Alright.
You like that?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's
good,
funny.
good. Alright. You can already hear the waterfalls, and we're not 100 foot down the trail.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Still 800 feet to go. Let's go check it out. Maybe I should have worn flip-flops. Yeah, probably not. Now I will say though, the sound of the waterfall here is a little loud.
Yeah.
I just haven't got to the point where I can like dim it down.
Yeah.
Now he was a bit cringy. I wish he just was so like fake with it. I was just like, come on, be real. Like,
Hey Logan, why they call it a waterfall?
why do they call it waterfall?
Because there's water and it's falling.
We are outside of Columbia, Tennessee, or in Columbia, Tennessee, about 30 to 45 minutes south of Nashville at Jackson Falls. That's where we are. That's where we are. Hey, why was the cow afraid? Because he's a coward. That was not good.
Once a duck got feathers, cover his butt quack.
Alright, you want to climb up? It's pretty steep. Yeah, let's keep going.
Oh, look at that great view, guys.
Oh, you just overstepped it. That spot. Alright. Let's see what I got. Just plant that foot. Plant that foot. Is the tree loose? That's the roots.
That's the tree.
Alright.
Right?
On the real, this isn't really safe.
We made it to the top of the slip slide.
Yes, we did.
If we don't want to take the way down.
How steep do you think that is? This is the fair part.
75% grade?
No, like, I guess not steep. Yeah, how tall do you think it is? 30 feet? 40
I
feet?
think we're getting 30 foot higher than where we were on the base in between the two waterfalls.
75% grade. It's like, no, you idiot.
We
So
did
we
ask
climbed
how
up to the
steep.
top of the waterfalls.
You know, pause that shit. Pause that shit. You know who I thought of when he said that? I was like, this
Me.
motherfucker's Ben. This motherfucker's Ben. He's fucking picked up all this shit from Ben. He does shit you do, and he goes, I didn't get that from Ben. Motherfucker, I've known Ben for 10 years. I know exactly what a Benism is. I know exactly what it is. As soon as he said that, I was like, God damn, you've been around Ben too much. Like, 75% grade. I was like, oh my God.
So, when I went and got some testing for my IAP done,
Okay.
I went to this one doctor's office, and they were asking a bunch of random questions, and one of the questions is, what kind of building are we in, right?
Okay.
And I was like, brick. We're in a brick building. And like
They go mentally retarded. Stamp.
No, and so they were like, you know, they've got a certain set of answers that they're expecting.
Okay.
This doctor that had never gotten that response. I was like, he's like, no, what do we do? He's like, no, what kind of like building? I was like, an office building. Because it was nothing but it wasn't
Yeah.
like an actual
Okay.
doctor's office. It was
It's like
office
you need like a
building.
psychologist to get your
Yeah.
IEP. Yeah, yeah. And it's never in like a hospital.
No, it's in like an office building.
Yeah, and they
And
have
so
this little.
I told him first, he's like, what kind of building are we in? A brick building. It's made of brick. It's a brick building. And he goes, no, what kind of, like, the inside, like, what's going on? I'm like, it's an office building. And again, he's like, no, yes, but no.
Yes.
He's like, and he kept, I was like, oh, you mean like a doctor's office? Is that what you're wanting? And he goes, yes.
How old were you?
I was a senior. So,
Play the video. Play the
17.
video, you mentally retarded child.
It's not, I guess, full today, but you can tell by the cut of the rock that when this
I'm
thing
not
is
much
going,
better. I mean,
it'll
look
be
at it.
a really, really cool waterfall. I guess this is one of those places that you got to come
My
up
butt's
here
getting
when it
sweaty.
rains. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. But if you look at the cut, this would be at least a 2 to 3 foot deep. I guess quick stream, quick river. I don't know. I think it still classifies as a stream.
creep.
Pretty cool.
I like how he's like,
Scary part
I'm the
is that we
official
have to put it
now.
down. Y'all, don't try this at home. Especially not in Crocs, even if they're in 4-low and flip-flops. This is pretty slick, y'all.
Bust his ass.
What goes up must come down.
So he actually did. I just didn't have the camera on because I was climbing one-handed with the camera and the tripod, and I could. That was just when I was able to
Yeah.
stop.
Oh, you almost busted your ass.
Yeah, I did.
Here we are at Jackson Falls, the main attraction. This is the main waterfall. It's big, it's beautiful, it's crystal clear, and it's cold, man. It is awesome.
I don't like my
You
hand
gotta
here.
come see it in person.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I don't
do
like my
justice
hand.
on camera.
I'm getting better about a lot of things,
These
so
work.
now I'm starting to be nitpicking myself.
Directly above the falls, you've got a nice little picnic area with 2 grills, 2 tables, trash can, and a nice little bathroom area.
I actually did like this
Perfect to
scene.
pack up the kids and come have a picnic. Here before or after you make work.
So the thing on that one is right at the very last.
I looked away from the camera and you can't hear it.
Yeah.
About the falls.
Which, okay, so pause it, which is interesting because it picks up other things really well. And I'm trying to figure out why, if I just wasn't loud enough. Because, like, you'll hear it, like, on the whitewater trip, there was a point where it's like my voice is really loud.
Yeah.
And then I say something else and it, like, switches to a different mic on the, because the GoPro has, like, 3 different mics.
Yeah.
It switches to a different mic and my voice gets higher and sounds like it's further away.
Yeah.
And then the next sentence, it picks it back up on the first mic and it sounds like it did at the beginning.
That's
So it's
weird.
like, it is weird. I'm still trying to learn it.
I have no idea.
The falls themselves
GoPros,
are very pretty.
when I had one, I only had
However,
one
it's described
mic
online
on
as
it,
there
and it
being
wasn't
a
that good.
pool of water at the bottom. There's not really. I mean,
It's not
3
really.
inches of running water. It's still pretty. It's still nice. You can come cool off. It's a fun, easy thing to do. It's paved all the way down with some stairs. It's even got handrails. It's concrete all the way down to the falls. The falls themselves are very pretty. If you want to see like big waterfalls, I would watch for the weather. When it rains really hard, make it a point to come over here. But it's all car accessible, not much hiking involved. I think great for kids because you don't have to move too far. You can have your picnic up top. It is a good film experience. And then you come here after you climb down to the falls and climb back up, which it's hot, I'll tell you that. You enjoy the nice bluff. So
That's
guys,
your phone going off?
I appreciate y'all
No, it's
for
yours.
watching.
Okay.
If you like it, make sure you share, subscribe, and send it to a friend.
Now, last scene, favorite scene.
You come here often?
Only with you.
That's right.
Oh, ridiculous.
So overall, like, it is a little cringy at points.
Yeah. But like I said, you're still trying to learn it. And learn how to do a good, do better and better at it.
Yeah.
Really, the only way you're going to get better is to make cringy, shitty videos. And I don't think any of your videos have been shitty. Cringy, yes.
Yes.
100%. But they haven't been, like, bad either.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get good at it is to do it. So,
I agree.
and that goes with pretty much everything. When you first start something, trying to learn something, you're not going to be great at it.
I appreciate
Have you ever
that.
wanted to shoot through that?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
Dude, someone
Glad I'm
sent
not the
me
only one.
a video or showed me a video at work where it was like a Lambo,
Yeah.
legit, like was like running from the cops, slowed down, went through underneath the 18-wheeler, and then all the cops went by. I don't think it was a Lambo, but it was something low to the ground like that.
Oh, it'd have to be something super low to get up underneath an 18-wheeler.
Legitimately went like Fast and the Furious, like going super fast, hit the brakes, whoa, whoa, sat there, and then whoa, 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 cops right by,
And
flew
then,
by,
And then out.
yeah, yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
I don't
was
know
like,
if I would have the
shit.
balls to do that.
I wouldn't either. I mean, I wouldn't. I'll be real. I'm just gonna say I wouldn't. I don't want to die. But then again, I'll also never be in a Lambo running from the cops.
Yeah.
So, will we ever have that option?
Probably not.
Yeah. Now, if it's like, will you jump off that bridge? We're gonna have that option.
Yeah. You know, my parents stopped asking me if all my friends were to jump off a bridge, if I would do it with them. When in my one time I responded with, yes, I would, because I was the one that put it together. I'd be the one to put that event together.
Oh, I was like, you put the bridge together?
No, I'd be the one. I would have been the one to be like, "Hey guys, let's go jump off this bridge. It's safe. We're good. Let's go do it."
Right now. Apparently, there's a tradition of jumping off some bridge on the Appalachian Trail. And so it's little things like that that makes me want to go redo a through hike.
Yeah.
It's little things like that that want me to redo a through hike. I asked Mom and Heath last night about. So I basically said, in January I'll have my 5 years.
Yeah.
I've got enough cash that I won't go bankrupt by taking a year off. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, a year off and just not working, not
Yeah.
necessarily spending money, but just a year off. So I said I'll have my 5 years. I'll be able to take my 403B with me, I won't go bankrupt if I quit. In a perfect world, I'm going to try to go PRN at work, hopefully,
Yeah.
so I can travel as much as I want. Realistically, though, it's probably not going to happen because other people have tried to go PRN before the COVID hit,
Yeah.
and people like 10 years of working there,
Yeah.
and they didn't let them, so they just quit. So the question basically comes down to, am I willing to quit to go redo the Appalachian Trail? Should I quit to go redo the Appalachian Trail? Like I told you, did I tell you about the lady and the guy where the dude fell out at work? And
Yeah.
Okay.
My opinion on it is if you can afford it, do it. I mean,
Well,
that's what I'm gonna do it.
I mean, we don't know when we're going to die, honestly. When are we going to stroke out? When are we not going to have this option? And that's what scares me, is when are we not going to have the option? We don't know, right?
I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm working for 2 years, and then I'm going to take a year off. I mean, part of that year I'm still going to work, but that part of that work is going to be working like a summer camp
Yeah.
of some sort.
I don't know.
Just
Why do you choose summer camps? Like, that is the time to go travel.
not if you're trying to go, or not if the place you're trying to go in the summer, and our summer's their winter.
I get that, but like, there's plenty of stuff to do here in the States in the summer.
Yeah, but I also, I really enjoy teaching youth.
Sea kayaking? Or just youth, period? Or sea kayaking? To youth.
I like teaching kayak and just water sports that I'm familiar with
Yeah.
to youth. I enjoy it. It's fun.
Interesting. I don't know.
I enjoy getting, and the way I also see it is I'm getting paid to kayak.
You're right. But I mean, on my list, like, I would like to do the Triple Crown of hikes.
Yeah.
Whether it be section them or whatnot, I don't know. But those all have to be done in the summer.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, or at least spring, summer, fall. And the Pacific Crest Trail, you have to hit it on a very specific timer.
Yeah.
Because it goes from desert to high Sierras.
Yeah.
And it's like, you remember, it's like desert, you're going to die from dehydration. High Sierras, you're going to die from hypothermia.
So what does it in the Mojave? Does it start down in Southern California?
Yeah, it starts down in the
Okay, so
Mexican border.
that's the Mojave Desert.
You got 500 miles of desert, and then you got like a 100-mile section where you're going up.
Okay, so in the desert, they're saying your biggest concern is dehydration.
Well, no, I mean, I haven't done all the research. I'm just saying you go to three very distinct environments.
Okay, because
very quickly, and that's why the time frame is so specific.
Driving across country, I also do a lot of driving in the Mojave Desert because we're in Southern Cal a lot. Summertime, early summer, so like May, we were just there, and it was 98 to 105, 110 during the day, and then at night it dropped down to like 40 something.
Yeah. But the issue out there as well, the real issue is water sources.
Yeah.
That's
so
the real issue.
The water.
And that's also an issue in the High Sierra when you're not talking about hypothermia, because there's a lot of like ice bridges or something like that you got to cross, which are super dangerous and all this other stuff. But you're not having to worry about water until those go away. And then you're worried about getting flooded out. And then your actual water sources can be 30 miles apart.
Yeah.
Which is
2 days.
It's intense. That's fucking intense. So, I don't know.
So you're almost looking at almost doubling your pack weight for water.
If you're not doing 30-mile days, yeah. By that point, if you're not doing 30 miles a day, 'cause like I said, 500 miles, the first 500 miles are desert-ish landscape.
Yeah.
But it's a 2,800-mile trail,
Yeah. See, my thing is, I just want to kayak. This is my big thing. And if I were to get the right equipment, you can totally kayak in the winter. If you get the right equipment for it. Which is, a dry suit, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Blah blah, yeah.
But My thing is, I just want to be in a boat kayak.
That's fair.
I don't have to necessarily be on my own doing my own kayak trip. I don't have to. I just want to be in a kayak, kayaking, and not kayaking a small lake. Or, you know, I don't want to be stuck in like a 2-mile lake.
Okay, it's like a Ouachita's fine.
So Lake Ouachita's cool, because if I wanted to, I can push the scouts, and they might see me as a jerk for pushing them, but I can push them and we can see more stuff.
Okay.
And really, when it comes down to because my last week at camp last year sucked. It was terrible because the scouts I had, they didn't want to listen. They wanted to wait till the heat of the day to get in the boat and start kayaking.
Oh, that's awful.
And okay, cool, that's fine if that's what they want to do, but then they'd complain about it. It's like, I told y'all this is gonna suck, and y'all still chose to do this, and now you're complaining about it.
You kind of lose the right to complain.
If you do it to yourself, no, I don't really have much sympathy.
I don't have much sympathy, and I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly. And that made that last week super rough. But other than that, even when I had a group of scouts that were terrible kayakers, I still had fun. They were terrible and we didn't go very far. I mean, we did probably like 7 miles in 4 days.
Yeah.
8 miles in 4 days, which is nothing. But it was still more enjoyable because they complained about not being able to kayak. And part of it was their fault because they weren't listening. But I'm cool with that, not let's wait till the heat of the day and then we're going to complain about the heat of the day.
Yeah.
And especially when I told y'all where we're going has no shade between here and there, and we're 3 mile. It's a 3 mile paddle.
Yeah, they gotta learn.
And for them, that's like an hour and a half, 2 hour paddle.
All right, so we gotta cut out.
Okay.
Because we're getting close to Steven's place, and I don't really want to.
Yeah. Show.
Yeah. Just to be
Respect
courteous. Yeah. So, do you want to sign out with anything? Do you want to tell the viewers at home something? Tell your mom and dad something.
I was gonna say, keep the wheels between the ditches and your.
Go ahead.
Keep your wheels between the ditches and dick in your britches, and you'll be alright in life.
All right, tell mom you love her.
Hey, mom, dad, love y'all.
Because if they ever see it, it's there too. All right, thank y'all for watching. Keep your corn. Hold on. Serious face. Remember, keep your corn on the cob. Okay.